This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, the Dunedin City Council gets ready to replace almost 13 kilometres of piping in North East Valley. A Southland woman makes sure Christmas doesn't miss Invercargill. And a Dunedin educator unlocks the mysteries of the teenage brain. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Drop-in sessions were held by the Dunedin City Council this week to address concerns about work on stormwater and wastewater pipes in North East Valley. Almost 13 kilometres of pipes are being replaced from next year.
The Dunedin City Council has been addressing public concerns about work being undertaken to replace old pipes in North East Valley and Opaho. Drop-in sessions were held this week with questions raised around traffic disruptions, access during construction and water pressure.
Some of the times will be water shutdown when you're connecting the new pipe to the network, but there will be short disturbances, but not during the construction.
Bijak Koshan says the council has planned construction so disruptions, including water outages, will be limited.
We have to acknowledge, unfortunately, that the construction site and that the parking will be limited and the traffic will get a little bit more busy in this area, but we'll make sure that the access to school, SPCA and resident itself will be open most of the time.
Some hydrants in the area have insufficient flows for firefighting needs, so the pipes must be replaced with larger ones.
The other main reason is with the wastewater pipes, they're all quite old and in poor condition, and what happens is when it rains a lot of groundwater and surface water gets into those wastewater pipes, and it means that they don't have the capacity for all that flow.
The replacement wastewater pipes should mean fewer manholes pop up in heavy rain, and the overflows should also reduce. The first stonework begins in February 2018 and will be finished in July. After that, further work is being undertaken in 3 other zones with a target completion date of 2020. Roselle Lebone, The South Today.
Dunedin Venues is reporting an upswing in ticket sales for concerts in 2018. Marketing and Communications Manager Kim Barnes says ticket sales are going very well for all of next year's concerts. She is expecting accommodation in the city to be stretched, as traditionally 60% of concert goers come from outside the city. And Dunedin is gearing up for hosting Ed Sheeran and his fans over the Easter break, with the city planning other events to keep locals and visitors entertained. A Southland woman has stepped in to ensure Invercargill's big Christmas Day lunch event continues this year. Melissa Aiken has picked up the job after Mayor Tim Shadbolt, who had organised the lunch for the past 3 years, dropped out due to personal reasons. Sharon Rees has more.
Melissa Aitken is ensuring no Southlander goes hungry or lonely on Christmas Day. She has been volunteering at Invercargill's Christmas Day lunch for the past 3 years, and in hearing the event might be cancelled this year, quickly jumped in as chief organiser.
It would never be cancelled with me on the scene, so it was always going to run. I was always going to be volunteering, of course, with my children. We love it. When I found out it was not going to be running, well, there was no question. I just texted him immediately, and that's when he called me back on the Sunday and said, and I was very grateful that I was taking it over.
Aitken has spent the past 4 days collecting the first of the donations of food while her phone rings off the hook. Rather than giving out 100 personal invitations as has been done in previous years, Aitken says the event will be open to anyone and that she is expecting up to 400 guests.
Mine's an open barbecue for those in need, and people are pretty honest, and if they can't afford a lot for Christmas as far as food-wise, we want them to come. If they're on their own, we want them to come. If they've got no family, if they're just new to Invercargill, don't know anybody, please come along.
She said she is amazed at how the Southland community rallies for such events and has already reached the capacity of volunteers. Now the best way for the public to help out is to donate food.
We're asking for as much bread and meat and desserts and salads as we can. We have a lot of ice cream containers that will be donated, and a lot of other kind of tin foils and stuff, because the key is to have over what you need, and then we can send people home with bags of food like we do at all my other events and the other Christmas Day lunches of the mayors.
The lunch will be held at Fernworth School at 3 p.m. on Christmas Day. Anyone looking to help Aitken or donate towards the event should email melissa@melissafitness.co.nz. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
People in Glenorchy are being advised to boil water after the E. coli bacterium was detected in the township's water supply. The Queenstown Lakes District Council today issued a precautionary boil water notice to residents and businesses, saying about 180 households were affected. It comes a day after a council meeting at which a number of Glenorchy residents opposed the disinfection of the local water supply. The notice is issued 3 days after council announced it would begin temporary chlorination of the water supply in Arthurs Point, Luggett and Glenorchy to ensure a safe drinking water supply over the busy summer period. Council engineers are investigating. The mysteries of the teenage brain are being unlocked by neuroscience educator Nathan Willis. Willis took to the schools of Dunedin this week to share the tools and tips for raising healthy teenagers in the 21st century.
A Dunedin-raised neuroscience educator says the teenage brain hasn't changed, but society is moving faster than human biology can cope. Nathan Wallace hosted a public discussion at Logan Park High School last night. He says age is a key factor when it comes to brain development.
The normal amounts that adults do alcohol and marijuana, that's not what's causing the damage. The damage is caused by the alcohol and marijuana under the age of 18 when the brain's going through reconstruction and it's just basically way more susceptible to damage.
Raised in a foster home and now father and foster father himself, Wallace says we can still raise functional teenagers and adults in today's society, but the biggest challenge comes from our full-time jobs.
Both parents go to work now and children aren't raised with a parent at home. I mean, that's a luxury now. That's a massive change. That's a huge change from the last 100,000 years of human evolution.
Topical issues were addressed, including mindfulness and concussion in sport.
We thought that if you got a concussion, then a week later you're fine. We didn't realise that actually that damage is ongoing a long time in the brain.
Wallace says the different phases of the brain's development means parenting needs to keep changing throughout childhood.
You've got the first 3 years to build their brain, you've got into 11 to influence their morals and their character, and then after that you've just got to live with them.
At the same time, our capacity to understand how the teenage brain works is greater than ever before. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, a road safety charity appeals to partygoers and planners to organise safe travel to and from parties, and a rescue operation is underway in Lake Wanaka to help a person who has got into strife.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
At the Otago SPCA, our role is to make sure that all animals in Dunedin and the Otago region are being looked after properly. Otago SPCA offer a haven for animals in need and adoption opportunities for the community. We appreciate your interest and support. For help and advice, we're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you have any concerns, give us a call.
They're part of the family, and like us, their health begins with what they eat too. So give them Radical Dog, made in New Zealand from all natural ingredients and real tart cherries, so it's high in antioxidants. It's a 3-in-1 superfood, giving them energy, flexibility and a healthy coat. With no fillers or nasty preservatives, they love them. It's the treat that can work wonders on every dog, no matter what their breed, age or health. Radical Dog, the new generation in dog food.
The University of Otago. Usually the atmosphere is charged with the energy of student life. But this week is the week before exams.
Hey, Tane. Not now, man. I'm panicking. Come on, mate. I know just what you need. In here? No. Is this it? No. This is the place to ease your stress.
Hey, Tane. Fancy a little cuddle?
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees, local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
While you're relaxing this holiday season, Ready Lawn is available to help you with your lawn needs, big or small. We work so you don't have to. Call Ready Lawn today. Active Interior Design in Mornington are the curtain and blind experts. The team can even advise you on outdoor products like awnings and umbrellas, and will ensure that everything is perfect. For interior design with flair, call Active to book your free in-home consultation or call into the showroom in Mornington.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
What if? That's the question being asked about the future for the Dunedin waterfront. Discover more for yourself by visiting a new display on now at Toitu Otago Settlers Museum. There's information on offer and models that portray the vision. Plus, there are opportunities to share your feedback on the ideas presented. The Dunedin Harbour Vision. What if? See the ideas and designs suggested for the Dunedin Harbour at Toitu Otago Settlers Museum.
Gillian's Care. They care for loved ones, families, friends and our community. At a time of bereavement, care and support makes all the difference, and Gillian's know this. They're here for you when you need it most. From advanced funeral planning to a service for your loved one, Gillian's will guide and assist you with your individual choices. Their legendary attention to detail and passion to get it right are second to none. Gillian's, caring for families in our communities since 1962.
Welcome back. The Road Safety Charity Break is appealing to partygoers and organisers to ensure everyone in their group gets to and from celebrations safely. This week, work, Christmas parties and other celebrations are in full swing, prompting Break to remind people to plan their travel. Break's New Zealand Director Caroline Perry says if driving to events, make sure the designated driver stays sober. The charity is promoting the Not a Drop, Not a Drag campaign to urge drivers not to take any amount of alcohol or drugs before getting behind the wheel. An operation is currently underway to help a person who is in trouble in Lake Wanaka. Police say they are trying to locate a person in the Stevenson's Arm area of the lake. Police were sent to the area around Lake Wanaka's Stevenson's Island shortly after midday. While police were at the scene, there are no further updates on the rescue. A helicopter was called to assist in the search, and the Wanaka Coast Guard has also been involved. After the break on the South Today, sightings of Santa have been reported around Dunedin, and we take a look at a food drive for the Greymouth Salvation Army Food Bank.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees, local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
What if? That's the question being asked about the future for the Dunedin waterfront. Discover more for yourself by visiting a new display on now at Toitu Otago Settlers Museum. There's information on offer and models that portray the vision. Plus, there are opportunities to share your feedback on the ideas presented. The Dunedin Harbour Vision. What if? See the ideas and designs suggested for the Dunedin Harbour at Toitu Otago Settlers Museum.
While you're relaxing this holiday season, Ready Lawn is available to help you with your lawn needs, big or small. We work so you don't have to. Call Ready Lawn today.
For 3 generations, the Kilpatrick family have ensured Jimmy's pies are still world famous in the South Island. Made to an old family recipe, Jimmy's pies have been one of New Zealand's traditional takeaway foods, prepared daily on the premises alongside a range of savouries, sausage rolls and cakes. Jimmy's pies are distributed throughout the lower South Island. Jimmy's pies are sure to satisfy your travelling munchies.
Active Interior Designer Mornington are the curtain and blind experts. The team can even advise you on outdoor products like awnings and umbrellas, and will ensure that everything is perfect. For interior design with flair, call Active to book your free in-home consultation or call into the showroom in Mornington.
At the Otago SPCA, our role is to make sure that all animals in Dunedin and the Otago region are being looked after properly. Otago SPCA offer a haven for animals in need and adoption opportunities for the community. We appreciate your interest and support. For help and advice, we're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you have any concerns, give us a call.
Gillian's Care. They care for loved ones, families, friends and our community. At a time of bereavement, care and support makes all the difference, and Gillians know this. They're here for you when you need it most. From advanced funeral planning to a service for your loved one, Gillians will guide and assist you with your individual choices. Their legendary attention to detail and passion to get it right are second to none. Gillians, caring for families in our community since 1962.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Loss of collagen is the reason for those fine lines and wrinkles. Silberhorn's Collagen Plus naturally supports your collagen levels, giving you younger, firmer looking skin, healthier, shinier hair and stronger nails. Joints, tendons, ligaments and cartilage all benefit from healthy collagen levels, the very foundation of structural health. Support collagen levels naturally with Collagen Plus by Silberhorn. Be quick, buy one now and get a second pack half price. Call now 0800 502 402.
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Thanks for staying with us. It may be a bit early, but a chap in a familiar red suit has been seen around the south. In Dunedin, a man answering to the name Santa Claus was spotted in a mall and later near a school.
For whom Santa's bell tolls. This Santa Claus says he's already been visited by more than 250 children and is expecting many more youngsters to perch on his lap.
Yes, well, first 3/4 of an hour I did 85 folk. It was very busy. Yes, we've done about 250 now. It's quite busy, yeah.
He says he's feeling the heat this summer, but is using modern technology to keep cool thanks to the mall. Santa says children have been asking for all sorts of gifts, but there are a couple of very popular choices.
Oh, one of the most popular gifts It varies. The doll and Lego, the odd tablet.
He says he's pleased that some children have been asking for gifts for either mum or dad. Santa's also been spotted acting as a crossing guard at Tainui School, which has dismissed its pupils for the year, and those crossing on the way home were ushered safely across the road by this familiar person. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
The annual Emergency Services food drive for the Greymouth Salvation Army Food Bank got underway in Greymouth last night. The South Today followed the worthy cause down the street.
Greymouths, St John, police and fire brigades collected donated cans and food for an hour and a half on Thursday evening. Chief Fire Officer Lee Swinburne said that working on the food drive appealed to all ages.
Yeah, so we've got 3 appliances doing the streets of, we're doing the Blaketown area, Central Greymouth and South Beach. So yeah, we've got a good few members turned up, they love running, and also some of the members' kids are keen for a run as well. So good opportunity for the younger ones to get out and give it a crack and see what it's all about too.
According to Senior Constable Mike Tinnelly, the event has been a long time running in the town of Greymouth.
It's something that we started about 14 years ago, and we've been doing it ever since. It's a way of getting all emergency service together on the one night, and we do the whole Greymouth area. In this one we work from Kamara, Dobson, we do Blaketown, Cobden, all Greymouth, and we go out as far as the Tirramacau Bridge. So we get all the sirens going with ambulance and fire, and we get as much food as what we can. People bring it out, hear the sirens, bring out, even if it's a tin of food, it all helps, and it all goes back to the Salvation Army Food Bank.
Salvation Army Captain Mike McAuliffe said their food bank relied on the public's generosity.
So I rely heavily on our lovely supporters here, and of course the volunteers that go around collecting all the stuff tonight. It will certainly help over Christmas, and even after Christmas the amount of stuff they'll get in tonight when people come looking for food parcels and help.
These generous donations will help people well into the new year, especially once the Christmas bills come in. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
The month of August started off with protests over staff cuts at the university, plus Invercargill celebrating the 50th anniversary of Bert Munro's speed record, as well as the launch of a new tourist app with Queenstown in mind.
182 chalk outlines indicated the number of staff who would lose their jobs in the latest round of cuts at the University of Otago.
There's not a lot to say apart from that we need to keep fighting, and we need to keep pushing the thoughts to management and the VC at Otago University.
50 years ago, Invercargill man Bert Munro blasted his home-renovated Indian motorcycle along Utah's Salt Lake Flats at over 300 kilometres per hour. His hometown celebrated that achievement with a motorcycle parade.
We've opened it up to anybody with any kind of bike. Doesn't matter what kind of breed and what kind of model. It just we're just more bikes out to celebrate the day is what we're after.
By August, Wanaka's mountains had more than sufficient snow for the annual sled dog races, the only ones to be held on snow in all of Australasia.
It's a sport that any breed of dog can pretty much do, and you just get a really good bond with your dog, and they love doing it, keeps you fit and makes one to go quickly.
And below the snow line, a government-funded app was launched to provide visitors with easy access to New Zealand's tourist traps.
So we wanted people to have a real great experience where they're not having to phone people, hunt people down. English isn't their first language, so it's a trilingual application.
And lastly, it's been a long, emotional road for Port Chalmers farmer Merrill McNeil, who was forced to book his beloved heifers for the slaughterhouse 14 months ago after one tested positive for TB. On learning of the cow's plight, volunteers stepped in, supplying feed and helping set up an approved pasteurisation process. McNeil says he was overjoyed to be back and felt privileged to be able to continue after all looked so lost just over a year ago.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. The Dunedin City Council is set to replace almost 13 kilometres of piping in North East Valley, with the work to be completed by 2020. Invercargill woman Melissa Aiken has picked up the job of organising the city's Christmas lunch after Mayor Tim Shadbolt dropped out due to personal reasons. And a Dunedin educator who addressed a crowd at Logan Park High School yesterday on the teenage brain says parents need to adapt to the challenges of raising children in the 21st century. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Paul Gorman. How are you going,
Hi,
Paul?
Melissa. Good. Big paper tomorrow, big Saturday paper, lots of good reading. One of the main stories tomorrow will be about the ID Fashion Week. There's some big changes on the way next year. It's still a little bit up in the air what's happening there, but it looks like the railway station fashion parade is not going to happen anymore.
That's a shame. It's sort of been part of the whole experience.
It may well be up in the Dunedin Centre, the Town Hall instead. There's an interesting story about Otago landmarks that have been recognised in a new program, and there's 12 of those, so I won't give it away, but there's a few like Ulverston, the Bannockburn Sluicings, the TSS Earnslaw, even the ship, so read about those tomorrow if you want to.
Fantastic.
And the Otago Museum Science Centre redevelopment, that opens tomorrow at 10 o'clock, and we've got a story about a huge slide based on the double helix, 8 metre high slide. So that'll be a lot of fun for the kids, I'd imagine. And graduation as well tomorrow, another 600 students graduating, so hope the weather stays fine.
Yeah, me too. Thank you very much for that, Paul. And now it's time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silverhorn Sportsval.
Today's southern view is taken of clouds brewing over a street in Dunedin. Looking at the situation, a warm day lies ahead for the inland areas tomorrow, but it will be cooler on the coast. A front will bring even cooler weather from Sunday, and this will remain through most of next week. Looking at the south, Balclutha, Gore and Lumsden can all look forward to moderate northwesterlies, some high cloud and 20, and the same for the Catlins, but 18 degrees. Westward towards central, Alexandra, Wanaka and Queenstown are all in for moderate northerlies, fine and hot temperatures. Alexandra at 28, Wanaka at 27 and Queenstown 25. Te Anau is the odd one out with cloud increasing and 18. Up to the north, everyone has moderate northeasterlies and fine weather, with Omarama at 28, Twizel at 27, Timaru 24 and Oamaru at 23. And in Dunedin tonight, fine with light winds and an overnight low of 11. Tomorrow, sunny periods and some cloud with moderate northeasterlies, 18 and 11, and colder southerlies developing on Sunday with some rain in the afternoon, 19 and 10 degrees. And in Invercargill tonight, cloudy with moderate southwesterly winds with an overnight low of 10. Tomorrow, cloudy with showers on moderate to northwesterly winds, 18 and 9, and showers on Sunday with fresh cool southwesterlies, 15 and 9 degrees. And that's our news for this Friday. For the latest news from the southern region, you can follow us on Facebook and at channel39.co.nz. I hope you all have a great weekend. Take care. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.